To this now, President Cyril Ramaphosa has endorsed the Eastern Cape government's goal to grow the agriculture, manufacturing, maritime, digital economy and tourism sectors. He addressed the opening of his meeting with the provincial executive and mayors during a two-day oversight visit to the province. Newzroom Afrika's Ngcobo has the details.
The Eastern Cape remains the poorest province in South Africa and is plagued by high levels of unemployment, poverty and poor service delivery. The Auditor General's consolidated 2023-24 report has found that the province has recorded the highest level of irregularities nationally, which has resulted in an estimated loss of 197 million rand.
We are called upon to drive inclusive growth and to create jobs. It is concerning that so many young people in our province remain unemployed. And we are called upon to answer the cries of our people for better service as well, for jobs, for decent healthcare and education, and for protection from crime and gender-based violence, which is quite rife in this province.
But the home of the legends is an equally endowed region with vast opportunities ranging from renewable energy projects to special economic zones. The province is home to the country's automotive industry, which remains a key part of the economy. Premier Oscar Mabuyane raised concerns about the impact that US-imposed tariffs will have on the sector.
The automotive sector is still the pillar of our provincial economy. And we host more OEMs than any other province in the country. We are worried about the issue of tariffs that the USA is imposing on our country. However, we are ready to host BYD and other car manufacturers who want to locate their operations here in South Africa.
At the same time, the man who's been called upon to go and soothe the faltering relations between the US and South Africa has been questioned about remarks that he made about Donald Trump in 2020 at the tail end of his administration. Ngcobo Jonas called Trump a racist, homophobe and right-wing narcissist at the Ahmed Kathrada lecture. But the newly appointed special envoy and the president's spokesperson have moved to emphasize that these comments were made in his personal capacity and shouldn't impact the task ahead.
We don't believe that President Trump is a man that holds grudges. If that was the case, a number of his cabinet members will not be serving in his cabinet. Mr. Pozole will have not been nominated for ambassadorship to South Africa on behalf of the US. And so we believe that President Trump and members of his administration will have an appreciation that in politics, things do get said, but that doesn't mean that people are beholden to those positions.
But there were still questions about whether the presidency was aware of these remarks by Jonas and if vetting took place. This is in light of Ibrahim Rasool's recent expulsion from his ambassadorial role.
Your question seems to indicate that you'll apply a similar process as you would when you're appointing an ambassador. No, it's a very different process. And so in this particular case, we will have not been required to conduct an extensive vetting process that you will conduct when you're appointing an ambassador.
When it comes to concerns about Jonas, who is the current chair of MTN, which recently invested in Iran Cell, the presidency says it's critical to separate the roles. It adds that the United States itself is in talks with the oil-rich country and doesn't believe this will influence perceptions about South Africa. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in Gqeberha.